Hello everybody, thanks for joining me today. I've been making kefir for several weeks, maybe even months if I sit down and try to count things up, and I have gone through different stages with it. One thing that I have struggled with about it is to get the kefir grains strained out of the kefir on a daily basis, because it just seems like a big struggle. So I came up with an idea that's really working well for me, and I wanted to share it with you. Well, these are common tools to use for straining kefir. I mean, some people say don't use metal, it'll kill your kefir grains. Other people say that's ridiculous and it's not true. This is a common thing right here. It's a nylon strainer. Neither one of these are satisfactory to me. I do not like it. You have to work the kefir out of this, and because the kefir grains keep stopping up the holes, you just have to stand there for several minutes and try to work the grains out and let the kefir down through. So to me, this is throwaway. I have this screen wire, and I think this is fiberglass screen wire. I know that they also make nylon screen wire, and you could choose whichever you wanted. I use this on my dehydrator to stop things from falling through the holes, and I got the idea of trying it as a kefir grain strainer. So what I do, I have this pitcher that I got at a garage sale that's actually, I'm pretty sure it's an old beer pitcher. So I use that, and I push my screen wire down in there, making sure that it's up over the edge so that it doesn't all fall into the pitcher, and then I have another kind of issue. This is my kefir that I set out yesterday. You can see that the grains have floated up to the top. This is the cream line, and this is just the skim milk part. All I'm going to do is dump this in there. Make sure my screen doesn't fall down in there. Just dump the whole thing in there. And then I'll gather this up. Now, I didn't mention, but I need to make sure my hands are nice and clean. And then I just squeeze it out like that. Simple, simple, simple. Nothing with a rubber spatula that I have to scrape and spend time. I'm impatient with stuff like this and don't want it to take a long time. These are my kefir grains. These are my unrinsed kefir grains. Now I can just gather these up and put them into my next jar. This is this morning's milk, or I can rinse them off. By rinsing them off, I've just got, I'll fold this back up. I would just take my gathered up screen wire with my kefir grains right in here and start rinsing with the cold tap water. This way I don't lose any grains, and I wash the milk out. Now I can wash them as well or as not well as I want. And then I have my pretty well rinsed out kefir grains there. It's not perfectly rinsed out. I can gather it up into a little bundle and just drop it right down into my next batch of milk. Nothing left there except milk. Then it's really easy to wash this out. First I'll rinse it with some cool water. And then I have my soap here. I'll do one squirt of soap and just rinse it around. Turn off the cold so I just have hot. Give it a quick rinse. I think it's a good idea to make sure I get all the soap rinsed out, because that could cause some kind of chemical reaction with the grains and over time cause them to deteriorate. But I haven't had that experience at all, because they are growing like leaps and bounds. And then I have this rack right here above my sink. 2 clothespins. And I can just hang that there to dry. That is by far the easiest way that I've found to strain out my kefir grains. It's a minimal amount of dishes. All I have is my pitcher and this, and then my new jar and my old jar that I have, the old jar that I just used that I have to wash up anyway. And I'm ready to go with the next batch of kefir grains. I give this a little shake, loosen the lid slightly, and set it on my counter there until morning. Thanks so much for joining me, and I hope that helps you out a little bit in your kitchen with your kefir grains. See you next time.